Hey y'all, the extra propane tank I forgot about. Oh my goodness gracious. Hope y'all are doing well. Oh, hello. How are y'all? Miss Duck is doing better. We brought Mr. Duck in. He was crying for her, and she perked up once we brought him in. Oh, it is colder than a well digger's butt in the middle of February, y'all. Oh, but they pop in, they leave. They pop in, they leave. So what's going on? Oh my goodness gracious. I don't know if y'all, no, y'all can't see them. Dogs are curled up over there on the mattress. Hey Raven, how are you, baby? I've got my feet tucked in a blanket with a heating pad turned on them. I had to get my toes toasted. Oh, it's cold. I tell you what, when I was out um, feeding and watering and stuff earlier, I just took my overalls off and hung them in the other room in there because this is the only room that has heat. And they're still caked in snow. There's still snow all on the floor where we walked in. It's not melting at all. Negative 34 or Jiminy Christmas. Yeah, but y'all are used to getting that kind of weather, ain't you? Well, see, we ain't used to this crap. I want my Oklahoma back. This sucks. Eyes on the door on the inside. I got a video that I'll try to get it up if my internet will let me. Oh, good lands. And you're where? In Minnesota? Yeah, well, you need to move. Good grief. I don't, if I wanted those temperatures, I'd go live in Alaska. No, I'm seriously threatening to leave Oklahoma. And I love Oklahoma. I can't, I ain't made for this crap. I tell you what, this global warming's about to freeze me to death. Hey, Monica, how are you, baby? But yeah, this global warming crap's about to freeze me to death. I wish he'd hurry up and get some warm. Well, I understand that, but you could probably sell the farm and get you in one that's got more if you live in a different state. Because ain't Minnesota high? Ours is bought and paid for too. So that's the only reason I ain't sold it. I don't owe nobody nothing. Well, you see, you're used to this crap. I ain't used to this crap. I was born and bred in Oklahoma. Love it. This crap ain't supposed to happen in Oklahoma. You know, I remember my mom and dad talking about when there's kids, you know, there's born and raised in Oklahoma too. And they was talking about the winters, and I didn't believe them. Because, well, all my growing up, we never had this kind of mess. And now we're reverting back. I don't like this year at all. I told Rick, I said, my God, I said, if this is what we're going to be reverting back to, I said, we're going to build a big ass barn. That way, the house can be in the front of the barn. The critters can be in the back of the barn, and my ass ain't got to leave the house to take care of them. So, yeah. Oh, my Lord. You got a blessing last week? That's awesome. See, I can read Japanese. But I tell you what, I told Rick, I said, we build a house. I said, it's going to be a big old barn. We'll live in the front part of it. The animals have the rest. We can shut the doors. And I ain't got to worry about this mess. Y'all, I can't handle this crap. Then he got to be a smart ass with me. He goes, I suppose you would have put him a wood stove in there too. I said, yep. Awesome, Monica. Yes, here I'd have gave you ours. We paid darn near $2,000 for that damn thing. It ain't worth having. I don't know what a ghost bed is. If it's a ghost bed, I don't want it. Oh, I love my wood stove too. But he was mouthing off saying I'd put wood stoves out in the barn for the animals, and I said yes I would. So he was laughing at me. Of course, we'd have one in our house part. He was talking about out where the critters were. I said yes I would. Yeah, I done told him. I said, we build another house. I said, it's going to be a big ass barn. I'm going to have my house in the front, but everything else can sleep in the back. Oh, it has the cooling layer. Ours is supposed to have the cooling layer too, but it don't work with a poot. We've had it for 10 years now. Yeah, electric heat is not the same as wood heat. Propane heat is not the same as wood heat, but propane heat's better than electric heat. But it's just not the same as a good warm wood. Cool. Mine didn't work worth a poop. Well, it might have worked better if I hadn't had the stupid mattress cover that, because we had grandbabies that kept coming and getting in bed with us. So I put one of those water resistant, if you know what I'm talking about, mattress covers. Oh, shit. I ain't good damn thing's running out of propane. It must not have been a new bottle. And yep, it went out. Hold on. Poot. Uh, no, it still has propane. Crap. Huh. That ain't gonna last long. Morning. I think one of my burners went out. Morning, Aggie. Am I right? Or Margaret? Crap. Hope I'm right. How are you, Selena? Yeah, they supposedly did. Yeah, Margie. I was close. I am good. The temperature's colder than a witch's boobs in a brass bra in the middle of February. Right now it is I'll let it reload and I'll tell you. It's 1 degree there. Ooh, I tell you what, it's flat chilly. It's cold. My phone don't want to work. It says that it is 5 degrees, but with the wind chill, it's minus 16. It's flipping cold. And tomorrow, I believe it's supposed to be in wind chill -30. So anyway, it's cold. I'll tell you that blame much. And that aggravates me about that heater. May just need to be blowed out. Morning, Brendan. Morning, Brenda. So, well, it ain't been that way for, well, this is day 4. And right now we have about 4 or 5 inches of snow in my area. How much snow do y'all have, Selena? For people that ain't used to this kind of weather, this is horrible. Knock on wood, we still have power. Oh, good Lord, Brenda. I won't complain about my 5 degrees and wind chill of 16 or -16. Well, right now we probably have 4 or 5 inches of snow, and we're supposed to get between 8 and 24 inches. I'm hoping it, Lord says, no, this is plenty. You couldn't open your back door? I don't like this mess. I don't like it. I had to bring Mr. Duck in. He was out there hollering for her. She was in here. She could hear him, but she couldn't see him, so I had to go get Mr. Duck and bring him in. He's in the box with Mrs. Duck, and they're happy. As soon as they seen each other, they started chattering, so she's doing better. I don't want no more. I'm already sick of snow, and we just got it. Dang, Brenda. But, well, we've had the ice and stuff for days, and it would snow off and on. But now it's full-fledged snow, and it was that fine crap. Yeah, we brought Mr. Duck, put him in the box, and he jumped out and he started quacking or doing his little grunting stuff. And Miss Duck, she went to doing her thing, and he crawled up on the blanket right next to the box where she was at and seen her. And he was like, "Oh, well, that is you." And he crawled in there. Oh, y'all, she looks rough. It amazes me that she's doing as well as she's doing. It really does. Well, thank you. Thank you. Because I tell you what, this is nuts, y'all. It's absolutely nuts. Went out and fed, watered, hung my overalls in the other room in there because I'm in the cabin because I stay out here with my critters. Anyway, it's so cold in there. There's still snow where I've tracked in the floor. It's not melting at all. My overalls are still covered in snow. They're not melting at all. There's ice all over the inside of the windows in here, or in there. The only thing there's no insulation in this wall here, and there's just a couple of quilts hanging right there. And I'm in this room. There's no insulation in the floor. There's no real insulation in the ceilings. So yeah, it's a little cool in here. That's why I still got a coat on. But it's a lot warmer in here where I got the critters because they got a heat lamp, a heater, and a heater over there. But in there, there's no heat. So yeah. And every time a dog comes through that curtain, I want to slap them. Because they have a habit of running in and out. And every time they run it, they let that cold air in here. It's like, oh, please, just stop it. But I do have a heating pad that'll stay on for about 15, 20 minutes when my toes get cold. I put my toes in the blanket and turn on the heating pad and it heats up my toes. You need me time? Well, I'm out here at the critters. Because I'd rather keep the critters out here than in the house because Mr. Brown tends to not like critters in the house other than the dogs. And most of the time, his dog's out here with me. So, yeah. So, I got baby chicks that I stay out here with. I've got now the two big ducks. There's 3 dogs in here and a cat. Hey, Tasha, how you doing, baby? Well, I'm glad you said hi. How much snow y'all got? So far we've got probably 4 to 5 inches here. Hey, I'm gonna have to turn my heating pad back on. Y'all, my toes are getting cold. Hold on. Really? That's all y'all got? Well, you want to shovel some of mine and take up there? I don't like this crap. Oh. Yeah, once my feet gets cold, I'm done. That's why I've got me a heating pad in here wrapped in a blanket. When it starts getting cold, I stick my little tootsies in there to keep my toes warm. Because when my feet get cold, I'm miserable. Rick told me, he goes, well, you ain't been in the house all day. I said, nope, I got to go out in the cold for that mess. I did my feeding and stuff and come in the cabin. He said, have you ate? I said, nope. He said, well, you need to get in here and eat. I said, I ain't going out in that cold. I said, I'll eat tomorrow. Ugh. Shivering will make me burn some body fat, maybe. Look at my hair, y'all. This is a mess. I want to take a bath. I don't like this not having no water. The way they talk, it's going to be so cold for a while. It may be a week or so before our water's thawed out. Oh my Lord, I dread that mess. I had to. I'll give me a bar of soap and run around out there and drop my drawers in the snow and lather up. Y'all have no water too because your pump went down? Oh, crap. Well, unfortunately, we have city water, and I had an ex-husband that would not listen when it came to putting in water lines. So now I'm in a pickle. Yep, it is. Can you tell by the wall? Oh. But I'm ready for this mess to be over. And now I'm worried about Jason. I just seen his video where he said he was going to try to do a survival deal. And I'm thinking, Lord, son, you're already doing a survival deal. You're living in a shack that don't really have heat, no insulation. But yet that ain't hard enough. Ours too. So I can't wash clothes. I can't wash my nasty butt. Just have to use baby wipes. Don't like it. You need our help. What you need, babe? I tell you what, the baby chicks are doing great. They seem to love it out here. And the ducks are kind of liking the heat themselves. And I'm going to be honest, y'all, I'm half as tempted to catch all my chickens. Oh, that would be awesome. But think about putting them in one of them um, Great Dane kennels. That way, at least they're warm, or be warmer in here than it is out yonder. You need a channel name. Hmm. Does he do any blacksmithing? No blacksmithing. Well, you want it to be something that actually Joe the welder would probably, or welder Joe would probably work, because you don't want the name too long because it's too hard for people to remember. Well, you could put Joe the handyman or handyman Joe. That way it covers it all. Because if you put welder, that's all people want him to do is weld. But yeah. MacGyver Joe. But you don't want to put him in just one. I mean, like mine says Bitty Boo's Homestead. And that's all people expect is homesteading. And there's more to me than just homesteading. I should have just left it Bitty Boo Brown. That way I could do whatever the hell I wanted to do. And if y'all come on one day and you see my name's changed, don't freak out because it may go back to Bitty Boo Brown. Oh. Good morning, sweet mom. uh, there you go. Everything is froze. The water's froze. There's snow all over the ground. Wind chill factor is a negative 16. But other than that, it's wonderful. Redneck MacGyver. Or Redback MacGyver. But anyway. Two feet of snow. Where in the world you at? And keep the snow your way. I don't want it. We got about, well, we probably got a good 5 inches. Well, right now I'm catering to the duck that the dog attacked. The only thing I can figure out, because she's never messed with them before, is, of course, she's never seen snow before. And I just figure she seen a white thing making noise going across the snow and she was going to kill it. And she darn near did. Joe of all trades. Oh, that would work. Miss Duck perked up when we brought Mr. Duck in, so. There's several with that name. Oh. Let's fix it with Joe. That would work. The newborn? Well, dang, I thought the daddy was doing a good job of taking care of it. Oh, Lord. Well, where do they live? I know they were there visiting with you. I'm sorry, Selena. He just needs to learn some women ain't worth chasing. If you have to chase a woman, all right, guys, if you have to chase a woman, they ain't worth the pain. Okay? Okay. He's young, Selena, so. Oh, man. All right. All right, Brenda. Hey, that would work. Well, the thing of it is, Selena, he has to be out of that baby's life so many days before you can do that. Did the lawyer tell you that? And it ain't 3 days like you hear. And I'm going to tell you this. He left the baby with you, right? Okay. Then the first thing you need to do, go before a notary, have them to sign that baby over to you before a notary. Then go to DHS, file for her WIC and all that stuff. And you can go through a lawyer and get it. But the thing of it is, we have legal aid here too in Oklahoma, and they can help her. That's why I'm saying if you could go before a notary, have them to sign that the baby is living with you, blah, 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 blah. You can go to DHS and get help. You can also go through legal aid to get a lawyer, and it'll be free. But if you can get a notary, get them to sign a slip of paper, tell them. Yeah, but if they're not trying to come back after the baby, Selena, 4 weeks ain't going to be shit, you know? DHS is already working with you. Okay. Now, Monica. And it could be But DHS steps in, has you to take foster parent classes and pays you to be a foster parent for that baby to where you can adopt it. And they will pay for the adoption. Well, there you go. But DHS will help you adopt that baby. I mean, I got a call from the hospital to come get Kate. I've had Kate since she was 4 days old. She was my nephew's daughter. There's a situation came up with the mother at the hospital. Can't go into details, but it wasn't a good situation. And I went, got the baby. Of course, DHS stepped in because the way she was acting at the hospital. I had the baby and went through the foster parenting classes. Oh, wow. Well, that's true too. But anyway, the baby has to live with you 6 months. Then you go before the judge and the adoption's final. And DHS will pay for that, and you won't have to, they'll furnish you the lawyer. I'm going to tell you one thing, Selena. Doing just a custody deal will not keep that baby with you, okay? I'm going to tell you this right now. I worked for a lawyer. It will not. A regular adoption. The parents can come back and get that baby. It's hard, but they can. A state adoption, they cannot come back on you and get that baby. Yeah, it'll just be, it'll, hmm. Well, honey, I donate. I ain't got nothing to donate right now. Hey, Wendy. Yeah, there's a good possibility if they leave her once, they'll leave her again. I have 2 by birth and 5 adopted. And I earned every gray hair I got. I won't have any funds until after the 1st. So yeah, just document everything and keep a journal. My suggestion is hook your phone up to a printer and print those texts off too. That way you have a hard copy of them, not just on your phone, because if you keep them just on the phone, shit happens. You break your phone, whatever, you've lost it. And if you ain't anything like me, accidents happen. Hey, Cheryl, how are you? It is cold, darling. It's cold. Well, I understand her family's working with you, but you still need to document everything. You need to get those texts printed off, hook them up to your computer. If you got a printer, hook your phone up to that printer, print them off. If you have to get to a Staples, Office Depot, whatever, to hook it up to get it printed off, get those texts printed off, put them in a binder. See, that's why they waste. I tell you, you shouldn't be able to have kids until you're old. They ought to make a mandatory requirement that you got to be at least 30 to have a kid. And I'm going to tell you what, some of them I wouldn't trust with a kid. I have 2 boys and 5 girls. Oh, it's 12 and snowing again. Well, I think it might have quit for the time being and snowing, but it's supposed to hit again tomorrow. Oh my God. Then they need to tie her tubes or yank out her baby factory. They need to yank out her baby maker. It depends on if any of it's been reported, Raven. A lot of times when they leave them with family members just don't report it. That's true, they can. That's why I said if they did it in front of a notary, see, that crap can't really be disputed. And then DHS ain't doing their damn jobs. That's all there is to it. I mean, I know they're understaffed, but crap. But it could be that the girl is getting away with it because she is making sure they're left with a responsible adult. Hey, Cat, I cannot pronounce your name. How are you? But if she's leaving them with a responsible adult, then she is being a little bit responsible. Hi, Duncan. Love you, girl. You too. What did the other family members do, Selena? Did they go through a lawyer and do all that stuff, or did they just take care of the kids? And when the parents come, they said, "No, you can't have them." The mother left and went to Missouri. Okay. So your son went and left and went to Missouri too? Oh, good grief. Yeah, that's abandonment. The only way it isn't abandonment is if they said, "Mom, I need you to take care of the baby for a week or two and we'll be back." If they said, "We'll be back to get her," then that's not considered abandonment. Not in the state of Oklahoma, anyway. Yeah, it might be what he said, but that he may always come back without her. But $1,500 to get temporary legal custody is outrageous. Oh, well, they'll assign her in a court guardian ad litem anyway because it's a baby. But the thing of it is, they're going to require a guardian ad litem, and that's not automatically $750. Well, here. A guardian ad litem. In other words, they're there for the child. They're not there for you. They're there for the child. They're not there for the parents. They're there for the child. And the guardian ad litem's here. It's an automatic to the court costs that you would have to pay. Yeah, they speak for the child. That's just like parents that are going through a divorce now and they have kids, or people going through a divorce now they have kids. There has to be a guardian ad litem per child. But see, the state would furnish one if you could get the state to get involved. They'll take care of all the legal work. That it's getting the state to get involved. But the state needs to make that mom get fixed. Oh, well, if you've got guardianship until you get custody, girl, that 4 weeks ain't nothing because the mother and father can't come back and get her because you have guardianship. They would have to fight the state, so you've got a good start there. So the state did do something right if they gave you guardianship. Did they give it to you on a court document? Your guardian ad litems were free? Shoot, here they're not free. Oh, well, then they didn't give you guardianship. Um, if you can do an emergency, let me think. Since I had the stroke, my brain don't think as well. An emergency, custody, or maybe it's emergency guardianship. I don't remember. And go before the judge. I think that's $250. Maybe a little more since you're down by the city. Um, go that route. Tell the judge how long it's going to take for you to get legal aid. And the judge will put an emergency guardianship up for however long you need. Oh, well, yeah, coming from something like that, it would be, Margie. But the baby hasn't been that. Talk to a lawyer, find out how much it'll cost to do a emergency custody or emergency guardianship, whatever the heck it's called. I can't remember. That shouldn't be over 500 anyway. Of course, where y'all's at is probably double what ours is. No, they just left the baby with her. If there'd have been actual abuse, DHS would have stepped in. Damn. Well, you realize that adoption is going to cost upwards of $10,000, right? Because they'll tell you, oh, we need so much down, and then they'll be hounding you all the time. Well, I need more money. I need more money. I need more. I know how lawyers work. I worked for one. He got pissed at me when I told him. I said, this is bullshit. I said, I love you. This is bullshit. He goes, what do you mean? I said, I'm the one that does all the work. I'm the one that does all the paperwork. All you do is show up in front of the judge, stand there, hand him the work that I've done, and you make the money. I can't remember if there's a way to do it on the computer to get the paperwork and stuff done to where all you have to do is go and pay the court fees and go before the judge yourself. Hey, Christy. Um, Selena, let me work on it and see what I can come up with. You may be able to go before the judge without a lawyer. Let me see if I can go through all my stuff and see what we got. Like I said, I hadn't done lawyer work in years. It's been over 10 years. Well, see, that's the thing. If something happens and she don't have even a signed affidavit from the parents to where she can get that baby medical attention, she's screwed. Because if something happens and she needs to take that baby to the doctor without a signed affidavit from a parent, you can't get that baby medical attention. Did the state tell you that? Because if not, I'm here to tell you that. Well, if you can get those parents to come back long enough to sign you an affidavit, do it in front of a notary. That way they cannot say it's not legal, because it is legal, because a notary is bound by the state law to make sure all parties is there signing it. They have to check your ID to make sure you're who you say you are. And then they use their legal stamp and stamp that affidavit, and you will have no issues. Oh, good Lord. Okay. One thing you need to do, get those parents together. This is the quickest way you can do it. Get those parents together, have them to sign an affidavit, have them to do it in front of a lawyer, have the lawyer stamp it, sign their credentials, or not a lawyer, but a notary. That way you can take that baby to the doctor. Okay? Yes, there's many churches that you can go to and get stuff for a baby. Selena, send me your address. Like I said, baby, it'll be after the first. Well, I won't be able to get out of here till after the 1st. But I'll send what I can send. I'll donate to your deal, and plus I'll go get her some clothes and stuff. Get her some diapers. She'll need that worse than anything. And baby wipes, huh? Because all they know how to do is eat, poop, and you better do emails on here. That way, if you put a phone number, because YouTube, then y'all can talk through or find her on Facebook. Margie, do you have Facebook? Yes, she's still alive. Uh-huh. She done much better after we brought Mr. Duck in here. Well, she ain't gained much weight then, has she? I don't know if I'll just have to do a video on the duck. Okay. Selena, once she gets it wrote down, darling, you need to delete that with your information on there. Because that kind of goes against the YouTube guidelines. So after she gets it wrote down, make sure you delete it. Two bottles a day. Crap, my kids ain't more than eat 2 damn bottles a day. Dang. Of course, by the time my kids was, well, when Bub was 6 months old, he'd eat 6 fried eggs and cry for more. And at 9 months old, that little fella weighed 32 pounds. Yeah. And Amanda weighed 27 pounds at 9 months old. I had fat babies. They ate. Yeah, she's deleted them. Because, yeah. And Kate, when she was 9 months old, my God, she probably weighed a good 25 pounds. Kate was a little chunky monkey. There you go. Of course, at nighttime, I always added a little bit of cereal to their bottle so they'd sleep real good through the night. I know they tell you not to, but a baby has to have more than just a milk. That crap goes right through them. So at nighttime, I put a little bit of rice cereal in their bottle. And man, I tell you what, though, Kate's favorite thing was when I'd fix gravy or chocolate, especially chocolate gravy. And I had one of them little infant feeders, that has a bigger hole in it that they can suck it through. Ooh, that child loved her chocolate gravy. Uh-oh. And as far as buying baby food, I didn't buy baby food. I had one of those little grinders that you pull the dill out, put the food in there, put the dill back on it, and then ground their food. Everything we ate, that's what the babies ate. Oh, wow. Yeah. But if you get a baby's belly full, they will sleep, sleep, sleep. Just over a pound and 4 ounces. I had a little cousin. She was born. She was, gosh, she was way early. She was 5 or 6 months. 5 months, I guess. She weighed under a pound. She's shooting out kids of her own now. She was in the hospital for the first 6 or 8 months of her life. Well, I tell you what, on Ashton, the preemie diapers were too big. They had to fold the preemie diapers in half. Darndest thing I ever seen. Her diaper was probably, well, let me fold up some here. Make it look like a diaper. Hi, Miss Duck. All right, this is about the size of a preemie diaper, okay? But for Ashton, it was more like this, and it was still too big. But yeah, Ashton was just a big thing. She was all legs and arms. I'll never forget the first time I got to hold her. She fit in the palm of my hand. Little head would rest right here. Her little butt was right here. She's just a tiny little thing. Mr. Duck, she ain't in no shape to be doing that mess. Her ain't in no shape to be doing that mess. Wow. Oh, wow. Well, how old is your son, Selena? 20? Yeah, he's just young. Well, we had to hold Ashton through gloves in a, I call it an incubator. I don't know what it is. But she was like 2 months old before we got to hold her. And we still had to do it through gloves in an incubator. I sleep. Or whatever it is. I call it an incubator. Because that's where they go when they ain't quite done yet. You incubating them on out. Oh, it's the bread ain't quite done yet. We got to keep it in the oven for a little while. But Ashton has 2 kids of her own now, and both of them were born premature, like Ashton was. I so lit. That's just a nicer word for incubator. Oh, PJ, I'm sorry, but I'm glad he's getting custody of them. You know, they'd have to go through schooling, get a graduation certificate before they can even have kids. And then there's no guarantee. Oh, I imagine it's been hard on them, bless their hearts. Shoot, I'm starting to get warm in here now. Had to unzip. I'm sorry this is going on, Selena, but at least they had the good sense to leave that baby with you. That's one good thing. Because if they'd left it with some friend, you'd have had a hell of a time getting that baby. Oh. I know, Christy. I know. But it's this world is not the same world we grew up in. I mean, back in the day, we grew up with shows. They had morals on the shows. I mean, you knew who was screwing around with who, but they didn't show it. Now, the glorified teenage pregnancies. Girls being with all these different boys. There is no morals. Oh, yeah. She's still going to have a hard time adjusting to it when she's older, even though it happens at a young age. You know, I blame a lot of it on the shows and shit these people watch nowadays. I may be wrong, but I say that's where a lot of it, because they glorify stuff that is wrong. You know, when I was young, if you got pregnant out of wedlock, that was a bad thing. Now they glorify that crap. Yeah, you took care of your elders. You took care of your kids. They don't do that no more. They just, I mean, I do understand nowadays, but mainly it's because people try to live above their means. If you do not try to live above your means, it does not take two paychecks to run a household. A woman can stay home, take care of the kids. But to many people, they think they got to have better than the Joneses. If the Joneses got it, well, I got to have one step better. Shoot, I never was that way. I mean, I've seen some stuff that the Joneses have that I'd like to have, but I can do without it. I don't understand it either, Selena. I really don't. But of course, I don't understand people's way of thinking anymore. They got to have the biggest, the best. Shoot. Give me my little shack here. I'm a happy camper. I mean, this little cabin may not be much, but it's paid off. The house may not be much, but it's paid off. My Durango out there, might as well say I gave $500 for it. It's paid off. Because the car I bought, I paid $500 for, paid cash for it. And then my daughter wanted my car, so she traded me her Durango for my car. Ah. Well, the thing of it is, that's the thing of it though, Margie. Most of them won't get a regular little apartment. They think they have to have a condo or shit like that. And this is what gets me. This is what really gets me, okay? People will blow money out their butt on rent when it's cheaper to buy. Well, you know, back in the day, Selena, people didn't go to the doctor. But of course, nowadays, you've got to go to the doctor for everything. Well, yeah, that's true. But usually, if you don't qualify to buy, you still have to have reference and shit to get in a. And they go by your credit on your getting an apartment. Or at least here they do. If you don't have a decent credit rating, you ain't getting an apartment here unless you're in low rent. And that's awesome, Wendy. You're a better woman than I am. Of course, I even said I'd take care of my ex-husband if he needed me to, but I'd tell him what a sorry SOB he was in the process. Uh, but but a lot of times they have things though that they really don't need. I mean, who really has to have the premium package with cable or satellite? You don't. You don't have to have the premium package with your phones. You know, kids don't know how to do without anymore. I've seen people that would take their paycheck and go get a stupid phone that costs $1,200 damn dollars and do without groceries. Don't make blame bit of sense to me. You never once had cable? I didn't have cable. We had a satellite once. I told Rick, I said, 350 channels. Not a blame thing to watch. Let's just go back to the antenna. We tried it. We didn't like it. We just use the antenna. Or the computer. I don't have Netflix, but my son does. That's the only reason we watch it is he gave his daddy his Netflix account. I guess the only, you could say, real luxury that I have is this internet. All right, PJ, you take care, babe. Well, the only reason I have this stupid thing right here, my son gave it to me because he wanted the new one. And I'm going to tell you what, Margie, I have heck trying to work this sucker. And I think the phone plan I have is like $45. Yeah, well, see, we have an antenna. We have an antenna, that little $30 antenna from Amazon. We get about 10 channels. That's 9 more than we really watch. The only internet you have is your phone. Well, I have internet to my house, but I didn't have internet to the house until, my gosh, about 10 years ago. But it also depends on where you live. I mean, if you live in a big city, you're going to pay a lot more. See, I don't have cable. I have an antenna mounted to our house. That's free. I watch YouTube. So, and my husband, he gets on the computer. Well, but I don't know what it's called. It's not a computer. It depends on where you're at, Margie. It really depends on where you're at and what type of house you're looking for. Now, if you're way out in the country and renting a little house, maybe $350 a month. But now that's like a 1-bedroom house. Now, if you get a 2-bedroom house, you're looking between 5 and 6. If you get a 3-bedroom house, you're looking between 7 and 9, depending on how fancy the house is. Um, you're on Section 8. But it depends on really how fancy the house is. Now, you get in those fancy houses, and I mean what I'm talking about fancy. They have your dishwasher. They have all the appliances and a nice house. You're looking anywhere from 1,200 and up. Now, just a regular little simple house won't cost you that much. If that makes sense. Yeah, but you're on, like you said, you're on Section 8 though, so it'll the what you don't pay, the state pays the rest of. Yeah, I know what you mean, Margie. I'm the dishwasher here too, because Lord knows you can't get Gate to do them. But now, like this little building, okay, when I bought this building, I paid $365 a month for 5 years. Well, I didn't pay it for 5 years because I had it paid off before then. But if the contract I signed was $365 a month for 5 years, but I had it paid off before the 5 years, because what I did, instead of paying $365 a month, I'd pay $425, and that would take off my principal. So I had it paid off not quite a year before my contract on it. You know what I mean? But shoot. But when we bought our land, we gave $600 an acre. Well, now our land will sell for darn near $3,000 an acre. Well, I understand that, Selena. That pisses me off when they're too lazy to put the damn dish in the sink. I got to wash them anyway. They can put the dish and scrape it out. Scrape it out, rinse it off, set it in the sink. I'll get to it. That's not too much to ask. But oh Lord. But I've got to the point now when when the family comes over, I do the cooking. They get the fine china. They get paper plates, because then they're asking just throw them in the trash. I'm gonna be honest, I mainly eat out of paper plates myself anyway. Now Rick, he eats out of a regular plate because he don't like paper plates. But I hate dishes. Yeah, I hate doing dishes. And I have a tub, a dishpan. It's called Adrian. Yeah, hey, you want to come do mine? You have to wait till I have water. My water's frazzled. Anyway, I have a dishpan. I keep about that much water in it, a little bit of soap. I tell them when you get through with your silverware, put them in that dishpan. Lord Almighty, they'll just take and throw them silverware in the sink if they make it that far. Most time it's just on their plate wherever they left it. Yeah, and I don't know why you do that because stuff don't harden on the tines and of those forks and the spoons, and it's easier for me to wash because it's soaking in soapy water. But yet, I'm crazy. I had dishwashers too, but they wouldn't do the dishes, so it ended up being me. So I don't know. I had a dishwasher one time. Kids wouldn't even load it right. When you have to go in there and redo the dishes every time they load them, it kind of pisses you off. And then when they don't rinse them out before you put them in the dishwasher, well, it's a dishwasher. It's supposed to wash the dishes, yeah. But at least get the food and shit out of the plates and stuff before you put it in the dishwasher because it clogs up the blame drain. Ah, my kids, they, nah, don't even get me started. Especially my oldest son. He's got a heart as big as gold, but dadgummit, has a heart of gold, but dadgum, that boy. And I remember my brothers and sisters, they would bitch, gripe, and bellyache if they had to do dishes because I was little bitty. There was three of them. One would wash, one would rinse, one would dry. Well, by the time I come along, I was the one that did it all because they were already out of the house. And I'm thinking, here they griped and bellyached, and they had people to help them. But yet I had to do it all by myself. That wasn't quite fair. So, oh, shoot. But y'all, I've been on almost 2 hours. I'm just rattling my brains, rattling my chops. So I guess and I'm gonna get off of here. Oh God, Christy, I know. I know. Fighting the kids to do their chores is just easier to do. You blame yourself. Believe me, I know. I feel your pain. Ah, you're welcome, honey. So, well, I'm gonna get off of here. Y'all remember the world's a better place because y'all are in it. Don't you ever forget it. And I love y'all, each and every one. Y'all take care. Bye.